What's up, residents? Happy holidays, and let's get to this Godzilla vs. Kong news update. Alright, so sources from The Hollywood Reporter are stating that Godzilla vs. Kong, Legendary, and Warner Brothers are in talks to have the movie come out on a streaming service or video on demand. Just like with other large movies like Mulan and the upcoming Wonder Woman sequel, this is something that the movie industry, especially with these big movies, is having to do in order to work around the coronavirus and all that stuff going on this year. Alright, so allegedly, Netflix made a massive offer to Warner Brothers of $200 million for the rights to stream Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, this doesn't get very far because the source stated that the proposal was turned down by Warner Brothers pretty quickly due to Warner Brothers already being in works with HBO Max, the same streaming service that's gonna put out Wonder Woman, to have Godzilla vs. Kong streamed there. Now, this makes sense because they're both Warner Brothers products, so why would they choose to go to Netflix when they're already working with HBO Max, right? And now a lot of fans and writers and articles out there are taking this a little bit out of context and pretty much saying that Godzilla vs. Kong is only going to come out on a video-on-demand service. Now, I don't know why people are jumping to that conclusion, especially right after Wonder Woman was announced that it's going to be coming out theatrically and on HBO Max. Why would a movie 6 months from now not do the exact same thing, especially when this whole issue is derived from the coronavirus, which should hopefully be in a much better situation come summer of next year. While Legendary Films declined to comment on all of this, a Warner Brothers spokesperson still stated that Godzilla vs. Kong is set to release in theaters next year, just as scheduled, coming out in May. But even with that confirmation from Warner Brothers, we still know that the highest levels of Warner Brothers, the bigwigs over there, are handling the movie's fate in hopes to get a HBO Max and a theatrical release. Now, this makes a lot of sense. This is exactly what's going on with Wonder Woman 1984. Now, all this news comes in right after everybody's sort of starting to get excited again in hopes of seeing a trailer this month. Due to Wonder Woman coming out, we'd all imagine that the trailer is going to be smacked onto that movie, right? It only makes sense. They're both Warner Brothers, and Wonder Woman is set to be a massive movie, even with everything going on. It's still going to be seen by a lot of people, so it would be kind of dumb not to put your next big movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, on that. But let's talk a little bit more about what this means for Godzilla vs. Kong and kind of the future of film in general and theaters. Going back to the whole Netflix proposal and why Warner Brothers turned that down, when you look at it, it makes a lot of sense. Now, we know that King of the Monsters was made for around $200 million, a little bit more than that when you include, marketing and all that. So even though $200 million is a lot of damn money, it really would end up losing Godzilla vs. Kong more money than anything. So that's why Warner Brothers was quick to say, nah, we're not gonna do that. And then we have everyone trying to say that Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out exclusively on streaming services. Now, I get why people might say that. It sure is clicky and it gets lots of attention, but it doesn't really make sense. Like I said earlier, Wonder Woman is coming out on HBO Max and in theaters, so why the heck would Godzilla vs. Kong not do the same? I don't know why people are really pushing that so much. It doesn't make any sense to me why people are doing that. Especially after Warner Brothers came out and said specifically that they're still trying to do it in the theaters. Obviously, they're trying to do both here, guys. They're trying to get the best of both worlds. Not all places are as bad with coronavirus as other places. Some theaters are running while others aren't. And like I said earlier again, this is 6 months in the future, so I don't know why people are jumping to that conclusion. But anyway, Godzilla vs. Kong is definitely going to be coming out on a streaming service and more than likely still in theaters unless coronavirus gets worse again, which doesn't make sense with all the vaccine talk going on. So I'd be really surprised if we didn't get an release just like Wonder Woman, theatrical and on HBO Max. While this isn't really the news we've been looking for with Godzilla vs. Kong, heck, we're still waiting to see a dang picture from the movie, it's still something that kind of proves that the movie is, yes, it's real, it's gonna come out eventually, and that maybe we're gonna start being able to see some marketing and promotional material for the movie now that they're really in works trying to figure out this release. if Legendary and Warner Brothers manages to somehow get themselves a nice, hefty hunk of change from HBO Max or some other streaming services, along with at least a decent enough, comparable to what it would get, theatrical box office run, hey, I mean, at least they'd be able to get something, and that's really a big deal in today's world where, you know, the movie industry is struggling to get its feet back under it. So here's hoping that Wonder Woman, Godzilla vs. Kong, and all the movies next year can get it figured out, and we could move into a new era of the movie industry to where we get theatrical releases. But hey, if you don't want to go to the theater, you can stay home and watch it on a streaming service. This is the future. This is the way how things are going to be in the not so distant future, I guess you could say. So start getting used to it. Movie theaters aren't gonna die, but you're definitely gonna see more and more movies coming to video on demand services from here on out. Welcome to the future. Alright, residents, so let me know what you think about this news. Remember, like I said, it's not bad news. I don't think it's coming directly to a streaming service. This is a massive movie. Obviously, they're gonna put it in a theater because it just makes sense. It may not be your theater, but hey, it's gonna be out in some of them. That's my call, and that's that. So if you guys are still looking for some Christmas gifts for yourself or your friends or your family, we're going to be rolling out a lot of sales over the next couple weeks on our merch on Teesprings, so keep an eye out on the community tab and all our social medias so you can stay up to date and try to, you know, save some money. It's been a tough year. Alright everyone, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace out.